Hey, this is Noodle. I saw your post on Reddit about the replay, so I thought I'd give it a small go. Just some initial impressions. Just looked at the stats. Um, One easy way to improve your overall game is just get more farm. And if you watch the statistics here, you're like the bottom net for support this whole game. So if you can just find more farm, that's an easy way to improve your game and just gain more MMR. I know it's hard to do on Lich. This is like one of the reasons I don't personally play the hero. Um, but yeah, like you are quite low on farm, and also I don't like the itemization too much. Like both a glimmer and a force stuff is a bit overkill in my opinion. You should be having a ghost scepter against Ursa here. It's really important. I do think it's good to have a lot of save items just for Drow, because the way you win games with Drow in your team is to just keep her alive with save items. So, something to keep in mind. Um, let's get into the game. So, I think your starting items are both really terrible, but you have one ID which is correct, which is starting with 2 sentries. Because you are 2 ranged arrows against like an Treant, 2 melee, so like they want to play the lane up here, right? They want to get, they want to try to pull aggro or try to get a pull off to get the lane back here. And if they do, they win the lane. But if the lane is over here, you guys win the lane because you are 2 ranged heroes. So you guys present a lot of harass, but if you ever get caught out here, like you guys are just gonna lose the lane straight up. So I mean, I think you probably know what the 2 sentries are for, if you've seen the Jenkins video. Like, he used one to like block this camp, and if they ever try to de-ward it, you just place the 2nd sentry, you know? But I know that's not what you do in this video, so honestly, it's a bit bad. But anyway, so yeah, the second thing about your starting items, the stick does fucking nothing. It is 200 gold wasted. What you should be buying is a quelling blade, so that you can chop out all the trees, and that will make Treant less of a threat. Because if you think about the threat level in this lane, it's Lycan was to farm, but he's gonna send his wolves against you, and you have 2 armor, really low attack. I mean, really low movement speed. And the second thing is this Treant has 90 fucking attack. So if he ever hits you once, you're gonna take a ton of damage because you have 0 physical damage mitigation. So the second item you need to buy here is a ring of protection. So these 2 items, a tango and a bunch of mangoes, that's what you need in this lane. So anyway, let's see
It's in the bag.
what you actually do here. So with this observer, you should place it somewhere here so that you can keep control of the treant, because you always want to know where he's gonna be in this lane. Otherwise, he's gonna use his Nature's Grasp and hit you for, I don't know, 300 damage. I think this Treant is misplaying his item purchases, and yeah, I think he could have started with like Orb of Venom and stick, and just ferry the stick after. Anyway, another thing is, yeah, so you don't really use your wards. I know you use it to de-ward this one, which is like a good call out, I guess. Second thing is, you guys should well, you have this vision so that you actually see the treant, but in most other cases, you guys should not be contesting this rune. Realistically speaking, in a higher MMR game, you guys get 1 rune. because they have a really strong level 1 lineup, like CM, Treant, and then Ursa follow up, maybe OD just Astro one of you guys. Yeah, this is like a first blood area. So typical for people to smoke in here and just get a first blood, and they have a really strong lineup for doing that. So that's another thing you could be doing with the observer ward that you have, is to place it here and see any like first blood attempts and just back the fuck off. And that's another thing. You should be giving your observer ward to your support, because they can usually do more with it. It's actually, I wouldn't say it's griefing, but it's up there, like borderline. Like Bat can kill carriers and do a lot more with the ward than you can. Anyway, getting into the lane, you guys make 2 major mistakes in the lane right off the bat. It's not the block here, but think about it this way. You guys are 2 ranged heroes. What is the Lycan gonna do? He doesn't want to take damage. Yeah, he's gonna aggro the creeps. So like, what happens when he aggroes your creeps back? His creeps will walk into your range creep, you know? So what you need to be doing right here is to counter aggro the minute you see him do it. So this, right now you have to attack him or the Treant and get these creeps over here. But instead, your creeps walk into tower. I mean his creeps, and you guys, yeah, the lane will push from this. It's pretty obvious. One thing you can do against this, which is not, I mean obviously the counter aggro, but if his creeps walk into the tower, you guys will get level 2 faster, theoretically, if you don't lose any denies. So you can play around this and get level 2 and kill with Frostblast and Sinister Gaze, and Multi-Shot and Frost Arrows. But yeah, not something you do here. Also, you using Frostblast here right before the range creep means they're gonna deny it, because this guy has 90 base damage, you know. So that's the second major mistake. You should be getting this range creep. So be more conscious of how you use Frostblast. Actually, I think like the way you should think about using Frostblast is to, if the enemy ever tries to get a last hit, that's when you should be using Frostblast. So like here, I don't know what the creeps aren't showing. Okay, everything is fucking bugged. Okay, you use Frostblast there correctly. Whenever he tries to, Lycan tries to get last hits, that's when you have to use it. But I think later on as well, you don't use it correctly. So right here, you don't really respect the Treant. I don't know if it's because you saw you used living armor. I mean Leech Seed, but this guy hits for 90 attack again, so you have to like respect him a little bit. Especially when he gets level 2, like you could die right here if he gets level 2 instantly. So here you need to like think about the range creep, what's gonna happen here. So I can get it. Oh, okay, that's good, but they get level 2 first. So yeah, that's like a double whammy. This is where you start to lose the advantage. So like if you brought more mangoes into the lane and just spam this guy, he wouldn't be getting a free Helm of the Iron Will. And when Lycan gets this item, this, like the lane is quite secure for him. He's thriving after he gets this item. But you could be delaying it quite a bit if you just bottle of mangoes and kept spamming Frostblast on him. Another thing is, don't expect people to give you this free stack, so that you did it here. I think it is good in general that they do this. Just keep in mind, this guy gets Nature's Grasp. He can actually clear it solo, especially when this is level 2.
Dyer's middle tower is not what it used to be. That is for
You
certain.
pulling this camp is it's running on a clock. Again, if you had a Quelling Blade, he couldn't be sitting here if you just chopped all of these trees. He will be coming from this side, and then you could start chopping these trees. So, like, always buy Quelling Blade if you know you're against Treant. If you're not sure you're gonna lane against Treant, because he could flex between 5 and 4. Just buy that's your first item in the lane, because it's such a big deal, and it can really make the Treant feel incredibly useless in the lane. And it also would have helped against the wolves to like kill them, so Lycan can't last hit efficiently. Actually, the thing about the wolves is that they give a substantial amount of gold. So, like if you ever have Quelling Blade and you use Frost Boss on the wolves, you actually get a bit gold back. So here, nice pull. Like honestly, this Treant should be pulling this camp non-stop, and the fact that you never got bothered to block it, I mean, it's giving you this lane for free, honestly. Again here, like you should never leave this fucking area, and you should keep this camp blocked at all times. But I guess it's giving you an easy time. But as you can see, the moment you walk over here, you're gonna eat a bunch of fucking right clicks. And actually, if he has an Orb of Venom instead of like these garbage items, you're just straight up dead here, you know? So I think overall, like, the way you need to think about this area is to play to his strengths. Again, as you can see, I mentioned it earlier. He's gonna use Nature's Grasp to farm this. It's not level 3 yet though, but if he had level 3, he could have been farming this, and there's not much in the way of stopping him for you. So like, I see that he bought more mangoes, but it's kind of too late now. He has Helm of Iron Will, so who are you gonna use these mangoes for, you know? These mangoes do not delay anybody here. He's got this timing item, which is this one. You can be killing this Treant, but he's just gonna fucking run into the trees. And he also has stick, so he's quite beefy. You also see that he put emphasis on being tanky enough to approach you guys. So something to keep in mind. And you can see that they're trying, they're just not very good at it. If you use Nature's Grasp, like over here, if you actually just fucking pulled this Treant, and the lane was suddenly over here, and he went over here to use Nature's Grasp, and he sent his wolves to kill you, or just even body block you. That's like something immortal players would do, you know. You would be dead, straight up. But I guess these players aren't that great. So like, okay, you're placing the sentry in plain sight. It's very easy for them to deward this if they actually just spot her. But it's if you think about it this way, this guy hasn't even bothered to pull this whole time, so like, why are you putting the sentry down now? It's not gonna stack it, you know. So here, instead of like doing the right clicks, you could just be pulling. Anyway, I think this lane is like, I pointed out some glaring errors, so I think it's like already quite done. It's over. The enemy is getting this lane for free.
No good for you.
They're not playing that well either.
My thanks.
When I have this many stick charges, you can... Wait, what the fuck is this, dude? Okay, raindrops for whom? What? Lycan is physical. Trent does not have burst damage. It's like, who is this for? Is it for the mana region? No, just save up for some. You should be buying a windlace or boots or whatever you can afford. This wind drop. Sorry to say it, but like it does fucking nothing. I mean, maybe against OD, but like this guy just wants to farm, you know. Also, something you should be doing, just looking mid sometimes. See whichever one is leading the XP battle. Yeah, I also think you should just, like, if the lane is really stale, just give a solo XP to draw and try to keep pulling and get your gold for boots so you can leave this fucking lane. Because the moment Lycan hits level 6, this draw should fuck off and just play here. Take safe farm. She's not gonna do it this game. I don't know if you told her to like back off, but you should be... Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you. Like... This guy... Okay, when it's... Okay, look. You guys got a kill because Bat rotated. I saw that earlier. So like this Bat is actually quite good. He's like... he's watching your lane. You can't really do anything top. Because it's to Mersa. Like, what are they gonna do? Not much, really. They can kite the Ursa, maybe kill him with Doom. I guess they tried. And they failed. Anyway. Let's go back to your lane. So, he's gonna hit level 6. What is he? Of course he's gonna fucking ult. So the question is just... When is he gonna ult? And did you ask Bat to help you? Because Bat is respawning. And he can help out there. But honestly, Drow, you should tell this guy to fuck off. You should be farming here now, because Lycan is level 6. And Drow has all the items that she needs, like Gloves of Haste, that's great for jungling. Quelling Blade, you know, everything she needs. But if she stays here, she's gonna die to the Lycans. Like, if the Drow is attempting to take any of these last hits, tell her to fuck off and just steal them. She's gonna get mad, but like you'll be doing her a favor. Also, something to keep in mind. I think you did the right thing by leveling Frost Shield here, but you could be maxing it, because your priority should be like stopping Ursa from jumping on anybody, or Lycan on jumping on anybody, or just Frost Shielding this tower to keep it alive, so that Drow can keep farming this area. Anyway, Drow is an idiot. Stays here. You yourself can't really do anything against these two heroes, so honestly, you should just fuck off and play with Doom. But I mean, this Doom is like, okay, he's trying to solo kill. It's just stupid. Also, I think like maybe if you and Lich just stay here, you can protect this tower. But I also think just Bat by himself can protect this tower. So you guys don't need to actually play here. Just let the Bat be here, and you as Lich play with the Doom, and you can kill the Ursa or the CM or whoever with his ultimate. So yeah, you get Tom here. Let's see what you do with it. So what's your decision making right now? So let's see where you place the boards. Okay, this was an interesting play. This is not something that you suggested that appears. I think this was like the Bat's initiative. He's swapping his smoke. And he's like, oh, this odd is low, let's make a play. I think it is good patience of you guys to wait for him to like reposition, but this is also like a mistake by OD. Like, when he's standing here, he's safe. Like, you guys can't come over here with smoke. He'll have enough time to react. Then he gets greedy, and once the replay is kind of fucked up. But the moment he goes over here, he's like, okay, you guys can kill him. That's what you guys do. But it's also so stupid of this OD. Like, let's watch it from his perspective. He's staying here with low HP. He sees the bat on the minimap. It's like, okay, he's got barely any HP. And if he was watching the minimap, like this bat is moving over here, you know, and suddenly he's gone. Suddenly 2 supports are gone. Like, okay, if I just paused it over here, it would have been simple. Could have avoided all of this. And maybe just fuck off the jungle here or something, but he doesn't. So this is like your enemy giving away free kills, but it's good that you got it. Something I want you to think about is when you watch teammates have good decision making, start to play behind them and try to learn things. Because this bat is obviously doing a lot of right things, so like, you should be playing with him a lot. This should be your main inspiration this game, you know? Try to learn from him, see what he does. Just play with him a lot, because you guys are obviously getting kills from playing together, you know? So this is like another one of the early mistakes. You guys should just be... Your only focus should be to protect this tower, not to play up here. This is not the way. I'm gonna show it later. Like, this is also a small mistake by you. Like, you see the threat level? That's good. But you should be playing to like just frost shield this tower and just fuck off. Instead you take like a big Mary round for no reason really. What are you doing over here? And I also saw your cam. You never once watched what was happening top. That is something you should be doing. Like, you don't need to help them necessarily, but you need to know what's happening on the map. And if the enemy has a fucking clue, like this, they see that you committed stuff top. They know that you guys probably don't have TPs, you know. Like, you just fought here, you used all these spells. They will be thinking like, oh, free bottom tower. Then suddenly you knee-jerk react to their push, and the tower is suddenly quite low, you know. You could have just been standing here, throw a frost shield, run away. If the Lich never goes on you, well shit, they don't have fucking TPs. I mean, anything to cancel your TPs with, so you just TP away, you know. Treant doesn't have stun. The Lycan doesn't have stun, so you just TP away. But that's also like against Lycan, Bloodseeker, these kind of heroes, Undying as well. Never waste your TPs. It is it's so important. So anyway, you guys gonna knee-jerk react TP here. This is leading up to another like stupid fight. Like, you should just let the fucking bat die, dude. But I guess you get the Lycan, but you trade your own life. When you could have just been standing here and getting mad XP. But I don't know, maybe it's a good trade, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't really look that great to me, personally. killing the Lycan does mean that this tower is gonna stay alive longer, because he's the only guy who wants to pressure it. But like that, they're giving you guys a lot of things for free. Like, I think you guys finally make the right decision to play behind the Doom. But like, this Doom shouldn't be playing up here. So if he dies here, just let him die, okay? Okay, so that goes in. You get that is juking. Suddenly, you guys are playing up here, which is what I just said. Like, you guys just need to protect this tower. Like, the is gonna beat the Ursa late game. She hits way more than this Ursa. This Ursa is also going like a greedy, semi-greedy item, you know? So let's just watch what happens. You guys don't have vision up here. This is something you need to like think about. Where's the fight gonna occur? And where do I place my observers? So you should have observers somewhere here, so you can see the treant. Don't let them wrap around you guys. And you should also be having one for the runes. I think this one is like okay, but it's... You'll see during the span of this game that it's not gonna help you a lot. They don't really have what I'd call river heroes like Tusk, Spirit Breaker. They have slow moving treant that likes to play here. CM, also slow hero. Lycan, yeah, I guess he's the only guy who actually runs at you, so they don't really have that many mobile heroes. Anyway, let's watch. So, do you place the ward? You don't. So this is like your first, this is like another mistake. The sentry, I mean, did you really think they would have observers here? I don't know. If they had observers, it would have been done here, you know? Or like, maybe here. Anyway, this is like a really bad fight, as you can see. There's just TPing people. And your treant got to wrap around, send this Nature's Grasp. Doom dies. There's nothing. Okay, Odie dies. It's just a bad trade. At least you live, but the thing, you have to think about what your teammates are thinking as well. If you posture up here, let's see. If you like, oh, fucking replay bug. Okay, so you're sitting here, right? Oh, sorry, it's just a replay. But you sitting here gives this Doom guy the confidence to play further up, and you should be saying like, let's play back here, you know, or just make him feel at least more secure by placing observers up here or something. Yeah, I think this is where like one of the big mistakes happen. It's usually always like this if a fight occurs closer to the enemy tower, the enemy will win, and if the fight occurs closer to your tower, you guys will win. That's usually the case, unless you like started the fight with the smoke and got a pick off quite early. And then you should usually like reset the fight by withdrawing and getting your cooldowns in, and then you can go back again, and then it's like a, let's say a 4v3 fight or something, you know? But yeah, just bad fights. The teammates are kind of idiots. I think this bat sees the OD. I think it's like a free kill. Maybe you can get to here, but you know, it doesn't pay off. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video right there. Again, you should put a lot more emphasis, on winning the lane early by Like the thing about Lich is like he's strong level 1, so you should be having more mangoes. Again, the Quelling Blade, just chop all these fucking trees. Don't let Treant approach you ever. Have a vision of him, maybe somewhere. Don't let them pull the lane. And also the Ring of Protection. Get some armor, because he's gonna hit you once or twice, Treant, or the Lycan with the wolves. Or just go all in on the mangoes, delay the Helm of Iron Will, punish this guy for having stupidly greedy items, you know. So yeah, I hope you learned something. That will be the end of the video. Cheers.